Alrighty, man, I am back. I am finally able to get back into making videos. For those that probably thought I was dead, I wasn't. I was on a family vacation, had a great time with my family. It was a lot of fun, and I'm now able to finally get back into making videos. And man, first video going out, Battlefield 2042. What the fuck? Alright, what's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a good day today. Today, I am fired up because getting back from my vacation, I got to get some game time in. I got a couple hours into Battlefield 2042, and as somebody that was looking forward to this game, I am just looking at going, what happened? EA and DICE, you guys had to work hard in order to actually make this game fail. Look, this is just, it makes me sad. It makes me so disappointed of the way that they have taken a Battlefield game. The craziest thing about this entire thing, and we're going to go over, I'm going to talk about a lot of different features that are missing from this. A lot of people are out there the same as me. I mean, we'll get to Steam as well with the over 40,000 reviews, and it's a mostly negative review on Steam. Even Metacritic's coming out with a user score that is pretty low in the franchise, the Battlefield franchise, and then it's just, oh man, I'm sorry. I'm so disappointed in this entire thing because everybody, at least for myself, I was wanting a competitor to Call of Duty, to Vanguard, to the Call of Duty series as a whole, and I was really looking forward to Battlefield 2042 being that competitor to it. But the way that this game is launched, the way that we, at least in my perspective, were lied to, you played that beta and they're like, hey, you know what, that beta, it's a couple of months old. It's a couple of months old. It's an old thing. It's not going to be like that at launch. And then you get the game at launch, and it is, you might have some improvements here and there, but good lord, did anybody play test this thing? Like, you had us play test the beta, which was a couple of months old, but did anybody actually play test the game? Like, it's so funny. You know, there's a lot of different comparisons where people are talking about, you know, there's 22 weapons and people are complaining about that. I don't have a huge issue with the list, 22 weapons and stuff like that, but the fact there's only 2 or 3 in the game that's viable because of the weapon bloom and all this other BS, like, that stuff makes me mad. The fact that there's vehicles that are way overpowered than they should be, that makes me upset. That makes me concerned. Look, and it's crazy to know that Battlefield has had a history of terrible launches, and you would think that you would not want to mess up the launch of the new Battlefield game. Like, you would not want to mess it up, would you? Apparently the EA and DICE are like, you know, just throw it on the wall, and if it doesn't stick, we'll put up some patches, we'll put up some stuff here and there, and we'll fix it later on down the line. The craziest thing is that people defending what's going on. Now, you have been seeing a 180 with some people, and the funny thing is like when the game launched in early access, there was a lot of people out here defending Battlefield in the state it was in, but man, oh man, you have seen a 180 on a lot of those people where they didn't want to say anything negative about Battlefield 2042, but now the game's fully out and a lot more people are experiencing it. It is pretty much the norm that the Battlefield 2042 game, as it is right now, is a dumpster fire of what it actually should be. I mean, there's funny to know that people are posting out pictures of what each Battlefield game, each stuff that, you know, everything that they liked about other Battlefield games, and they're like, why don't you just take the features that everybody liked about other Battlefield games and put it into this? I mean, it's crazy to know that even Battlefield 5, like, if you play Battlefield 5 right now, it's actually a pretty damn good Battlefield game, but how do you go from Battlefield 5 and the features that game has to Battlefield 2042, and some of those features are not even in the game? I don't get it. Even the amount of time it took them to make Battlefield 2042, the time they ended service on Battlefield 5 early, they took support away from Battlefront 2, and they were putting all their effort into 2042, and this is the result we got? Like, how disappointing is that? To where you had multiple different groups of people work on this, and you had a lot of time from the end of service of Battlefield 5 and Battlefront 2 to when this game launched. Don't give me COVID. I don't care about COVID. I've been working during COVID. I don't care. People are going to throw that out there. Oh, I don't care. I don't care about that. You are launching a game, which is funny to know, even saying that excuse, everybody was out there, including myself, saying, look, the beta is rough. If this is what the game is going to be launching as, which is funny to know that, yes, oh yeah, the beta, it's a couple months old, man. It's a couple months old. Don't worry about it. It's going to be different. And then when the game launches, it's not different very much at all. The game needed time, man. It really did. It needed so much time. And I'm not understanding why EA and DICE just can't, you know what? We're going to swallow it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to launch it next year. We won't launch it this year. We don't want to actually just tank the rest of the support that we could possibly have and release a bad game. We're going to release the game next year. What do? They launched it in a bad state. So let's get into a couple of things that's been talked about in the past couple of days. First off, let's talk about Metacritic. Yeah, the user score is just abysmal with this thing, and it's sad, man. It really is sad because a lot of people were anticipating it. And again, I'm in that group of people to where, why didn't you just take beloved features and just put them into this Battlefield game? Like, I always use like the similar thing of like, you know what, if you're gonna be selling a product like a hammer is a good example. I'm gonna sell this hammer, and the way that I'm gonna get you to buy my hammer is each and every year I'm gonna make an improvement on that hammer, so it's a better enticement for you to buy the newest and greatest hammer. In Battlefield, in this game, it's like they had better features and better things in previous games, and they said, F that, we don't care, we're gonna be throwing out the fact is that they decided to design Battlefield 2042 around their hazard zone, and even now to this day, people are like, yeah, hazard zone, it's really not that great. It's a very yeah, anyway, we'll just stop it there. They were designing the game around a hazard zone, and they said, you know what, instead of a BR, let's actually create a real Battlefield game. And it was just, it wasn't dedicated enough. It was not taking the features and things that are beloved about the Battlefield franchise, and they just didn't care. To me personally, it feels like they just did not care whatsoever about their own product, of the Battlefield franchise product, and they were just like, you know what, let's do something different for the sake of doing something different. Be damned of actually, you know, pleasing the fans of the Battlefield franchise. Let's go over to Steam, and my god, man, 41,000 reviews, and it's mostly negative. And honestly, after putting so many hours into this game, I get it. I totally do. I totally get the negative reviews of this game. I just, you even see in here, product refunded. Like, even my boy Iniquity refunded this game so damn fast, man. It's just, it boggles my mind that we are right here in this game where you EA and DICE just they had to try so damn hard to do such a negative job with this Battlefield. They really did. They had to try hard to make this 2042 a bad game. Like, this is my point of view, because you're looking at some of the fixes they're announcing later on down the line, some of the fixes that they're adjusting to weapon tuning, which it's just dumb. The weapons in this game are dumb. Only 2 or 3 guns are actually viable. The vehicle mechanics, again, I'm sitting here playing this game going, we played the beta, but from the beta to the game's launch, and even the launch of the game was delayed. Who play tested this game and said, you know what, these weapons, these vehicles, hey, they're okay? Who put that out there? It's incredible. It really is. Now, last thing before we actually get into some of the complaints and some of the missing features of this game, currently right now it is sitting at number 10 in the most disliked reviews of the game, and even most currently, actually, this is saying 47,000 reviews, or sorry, 47,000 votes. This is, man, yeah, but 2042, EA, DICE, I mean, what were you guys thinking when it came to launching this game? You literally had to try to just demolish this game, to where it's not, I just don't get it, man. I really don't. Let's get into some of the features. A lot of people were actually coming out here, you get on Reddit, and you actually get into some of the features that are actually missing from this thing. Now, one of the features that somebody was pointing out was that it has no single player story campaign, or, it has no story campaign mode. look, the funny thing is about that, I have no issue. If the game is going to launch, even with Black Ops 4 isn't a good example, I did not care whatsoever. If it does not launch with a campaign, okay, not a big deal. But God bless America, you better make sure that multiplayer is killer. And for some reason, the game doesn't launch with a campaign, but good Lord, did they take the multiplayer experience. I don't know how you do it. No standard servers. Yes, they legit only have quick play stuff with Conquest and Breakthrough. There's no other selections. TDM, Team Deathmatch, stuff like that, that is gone. Not to mention, even with Portal, that's the funny thing. People are like, you know what, the XP gain in this game, it sucks so much. Let's do, you know, some bot farming lobbies in Portal, and that's why you're seeing so many people already ranked like 87. I think this is the highest rank I've seen is 87. It's crazy. They torpedoed XP gain in Portal, so don't play Portal if you're wanting to gain XP in this game. No class system, that's one thing that we've already talked about. No global leaderboard. Oh my god, dude, the leaderboard in this game is dog crap. It is terrible. Like, how do you figure out? The crazy thing is, I use the leaderboard for one thing, to see how imbalanced the lobbies are. I have gotten into so many games where it's like the top 5 teams, or the top 5 teams in the scoreboard, the way that it shows it right now, are the enemy teams. It's the imbalance in matchmaking in this, and I know some people were talking about SBMM, and maybe that's one thing. Maybe I'm doing so damn well in Battlefield 2042 that it's putting me in the hardest lobbies to actually play, to where the top 5 teams on the enemy team are just dominating the team I'm on. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if SBMM is in a thing, but again, they won't say anything about that. It's just, it's pretty ridiculous, man. Crazy. Less character customizations. Yeah, you really cannot customize a character. Infantry gameplay. Fewer infantry gadgets. I mean, even the gadgets that they have in this game, they are so clunky. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, if you were in this video, you know, you're up to this video right now, trying to drop down a spawn beacon. Like, try to do it. It takes so damn long to drop a spawn beacon. It is the most clunkiest BS stuff I've ever played. Fewer guns, I've already talked about that. Yeah, there's only 2 or 3 guns that are viable out of the 22. And again, I would not have an issue with the 22 weapons at launch, but I just don't understand why are there only 2 or 3. The weapon bloom, what the hell were they thinking with that? Like, again, like I said, EA and DICE are trying to tank this game, in my opinion. No diving when swimming, no high wall vaulting gear. Yeah, you can't traverse. It's crazy to see some of these features, and you look at it going, well, I did that in Battlefield 5, I did it 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. You're going through the list of the different Battlefield games throughout the franchises that had these features, and it's just like, EA DICE, how the hell did you not take features from other Battlefield games and put them in this game? How the hell does that happen? Vehicles, I mean, even the amount of vehicle issues that people are seeing that they're having in 2042 is insane. To me personally, the biggest thing for me when it comes to vehicles in Battlefield 2042 is how imbalanced they are, with the hovercraft being completely overpowered. You have the Little Bird that is completely overpowered. You have people, you know, thousands of feet in the air with just some of those hovercraft, or you know, some of the helicopters that are just raining fire and they're out of missile range. It's insane to see some of the unbalanced BS in this game that for some reason made it to launch. I just don't get it. The score system is just absolutely just ridiculous. I mean, again, going from other features, going from other Battlefield games to where the scoring system, you got score for this, score for that, and it showed you what you got score for, and it gave you a lot. The bonuses, everything, the scoring in this game is just absolutely lazy. And again, like I said, how do you go from features from other previous Battlefield games going into 2042 and they're missing? How does that happen? The squad and teamwork, oh my god, just don't get me started on it. No commander mode, yeah, that's the thing. No special squad call-in abilities or anything. There's nothing, you know, depending on, you know, Battlefield 5, great example. Depending on how well you do, you know, you earn points to call in, you know, certain things here and there. It's just, yeah, you have that ability in 2042, but really you don't have to do anything special to do it. So it's just, I don't know. I mean, unfulfilling, I guess. Look, there's a lot of stuff in here. Last thing I want to talk about is this audio. Oh my god. It is insane to see how many times I've been killed by somebody I can't hear. They are just full-on blast sprinting towards my ass, and I cannot hear them, but then get gunned down, and they're just hauling ass out. I'm like, how do I not hear? I can't hear enemies' vaults. I can't hear enemies running at full speed. Like, the audio system in Battlefield 2042 is atrocious. And again, I don't know where the hell everything went when you have great features in previous Battlefield games and you don't transverse them over to 2042. I just don't know how that happens. And looking at how this game launched, looking how we have to wait for later updates. There's already a day one patch that we're waiting for other updates to correct issues here and there. I don't get it, man. I really don't. I just don't. Look, we're at this point. EA and DICE had to try to make 2042 bad. They did. They really did. They couldn't just take features that players loved from previous previous Battlefield games and put them in 2042. It started off as a VR game, the Hazard Zone, which people don't like. I mean, you get people's opinions. They don't like Hazard Zone. And they went through Hazard Zone, you know what? Maybe we should create an actual Battlefield game, but we'll just keep everything that we've made and put it in it. Class systems be damned, other things be damned. And it feels like they just did everything they possibly could to tank the game. I don't know, man. It's great being back. It's great playing a game, but not 2042. So anyway, let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about the game so far? If you gotten to play it, let me know in the comments below. What do you think about your experience so far in 2042? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please have a great rest of the day. I look forward to talking to you guys all next time.